Well, that was quite a tight squeeze to get in here. This is my 2007 Saris. This thing will pull 2.7 metric tons. So it's just enough for my little digger, which weighs 1.7. So this is perfect for that. But as you can see, it's in quite a rough shape. The lights don't work. The brakes didn't used to work, but I got that fixed. So the brakes are working fine right now. This thing was all seized. Still need to replace this little rubber thing here. But today we're going to be working on the electrics to this thing, and we're going to be switching from, conventional bulb to LEDs. So yeah, that's what this episode is going to be about. So with the lights removed, we just need to figure out what is blinkers, what is brake light, what is tail light. And I think it's kind of self-explanatory because here we have the license plate light, which would be this one. So it goes straight over to that side. So obviously the black one is ground, this one is tail light. And then one of these is blinkers, probably this one because of the color. It's a little bit weird and a bit odd from the other side. And then we have this color. I'm colorblind still, so I can't tell you what color this is. It's probably red. So I would say red and green. Green would be blinkers or indicators, whatever you want to call them. And the brake light. I'm gonna go with that. And we'll see. Well, of course we'll test measure this. I think I'm gonna do the easiest way, which is just to back the car up. All right, so we have the taillights on, left blinkers. Let's go see which wires are what in the back of the trailer. You can use one of these lights that came off the blinkers from the old lights. Black one, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that's ground because it's black. And we'll just put that against the casing here. And then we'll check and see. Yeah, like I told you, the green one, or whatever color this is the blinkers, because it's obviously blinking. And then we have the tail light. Yep, so then this. Why is that on? Why is the brake light on? Yeah, I think I'm assuming wrong. The white one is probably ground. Tail light, blinkers, and then that should be brake light. That's weird. Alright, well I guess white is used as ground sometimes. That's just a little odd. I was betting the black one was ground, but okay, that's fine. Let's go see if this one is the brake light. I'm gonna go inside the car and apply the brake, and I'll come back and see if it lights up on that one. Okay, so the brake light is engaged. White ground. Look at that. All right, so let's label these up. And then we also know on the license plate numbers that the white one is going to be negative, because when we're dealing with LEDs, that's kind of sensitive, which one's positive, which one's negative. But now we know the white one is always negative, and whatever this is, red or whatever, brown probably, is going to be positive. So let's go ahead and put the lights on. All right, so we're going to get this thing on here. You can't take this glass off. You can't really do anything with this. The CC measurement between here is 10, so 10 centimeters or 100 millimeters. this, we'll just draw a couple of holes, put some tape on here, we'll draw on the tape, make sure it's center. Just pull these out. Start putting tape on here so we have something to draw on. So it's 11, just about. So that's 5.5. Line across there. All right, so how far should we have it from the edge? I don't know. How about 8? 8 sounds good. Okay, so we'll do 8. We'll do 10. Right there, that's our CC for the bolts. We'll go in like that. And then right in the middle, which is 5 centimeters, we will have another hole for the cables. Right about there. All right, so let's drill some holes. All right, so the next thing we want to do is connect all of these wires. Actually, these have the same color as these. Is there a manual for this? No manual, no nothing. Like it doesn't tell you shit. All right, so it says it on the back here. Red, stop, brown, taillight, yellow, green, turn light, white, ground. So we're gonna solder this together with some solder, and then we're gonna put a shrink tube on. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this, but the easiest way for me right now, when I'm alone, I usually like to kind of stick these together like so, and then solder them together, but since I'm alone, and I don't want to get the helper out and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna twist them like this, and then we'll solder them, and then we'll just flip that over. This is a nice portable soldering iron. I'll put a link in the description for this if I find one on Amazon. Flip that up like so. Twist that up. And there you go. And this is filled with glue as well, so. And then we just do the same for the rest of all the wires. All right, so let's put these side markers in. I don't know if they're called side markers or whatever. We just call them side markers here in Sweden. These are very common on buses, and I have been working with buses a lot. So I'm gonna attempt a little trick here. These are both right side, because the left ones were out of stock. I don't know why. But I'm gonna attempt to do the same thing that we did to the buses when we were out of stock on one side. We just took the light and, you know, basically turned it around. So you get the opposite. So I'm gonna attempt to do that. Hopefully it'll work. Okay. So these don't really look like the bus lights because they were kind of one unit, but I guess this will work. We'll just flip this over. Switch places on these. All right, so now we have a left side as well. Awesome, let's put these on. And there we go. That looks nice. Now we just gotta do up the wiring, which will be just about the same as for the back, so we don't need to repeat ourselves, do we? Yeah, I did a quick Google on this light, and I'm still pretty unsure if you can have red light pointing backwards in the front of the trailer. I think you can only have that at the back of the trailer. So it would be fine if this light was on the back, like at the end of the trailer, but up here, I'm a little bit unsure if that's okay if you have a red light up here. I know I don't need a red light up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just tape that off so they don't get mad at me when I go and do the MOT. I don't think the brake lights work properly. I'm gonna go and get another car and see if that helps. Well, I gotta confess, probably switched those wires, didn't I? The taillight and the brake light. Well, better fix it. This is not lighting up, and it is because of these. They are located here and there along the chassis. I have swapped out 3 of them now, because we had the license plate on that side was blinking, so I swapped that one out earlier, did that side, so this is the only one left. And when I touch it, you can see it's just letting through a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and solder this straight together and get rid of this thing, and hopefully that'll solve our problems. Oh, okay. I'm officially done right now. I am not gonna do any more work on this trailer today. Oh, let's connect it and drag it out of here and see what lights up and what doesn't. Well, I'm happy it lights up. All right. Well, that's all I got for you today. Ha det gött. Hej.